I never questioned why my dad always bought 2 birthday presents. One was for me. The other sat unopened in the back of his closet every single year. When I was a kid, I asked him who the second gift was for. He'd smile sadly and say, maybe next year he'll come. I thought he was talking about a distant relative. I was wrong. After my dad passed away last winter, I was left to clean out his house. It was painful enough going through his clothes and old photographs, but one discovery changed everything I thought I knew about him. Hidden inside a locked safe was a thick folder labeled, "For my son, if you ever want the truth." Inside were hundreds of payment receipts. Every month. For 18 years. The memo on every payment read, "Child support." I froze. I had no idea I supposedly had a brother. When I confronted my mom, she immediately became defensive. She said it happened before they met. Dad had dated a woman named Rachel, who later claimed she was pregnant. She took him to court, and without a DNA test, the judge ordered him to pay child support. Dad wanted to fight it. But he couldn't afford a lawyer. So he spent the next 18 years paying for a son he was never allowed to meet. Every birthday he bought a gift. Every Christmas he wrapped another present. He believed that one day the boy would find him. That thought completely broke me. As I kept reading through the documents, I noticed something strange. The mailing address for the payments never changed. Not once. 18 years. Same apartment. Curious, I searched the address online. The building had been demolished almost 10 years earlier. Something wasn't right. I hired a private investigator. 2 weeks later, he called me. His first sentence made my stomach drop. There was never a child registered under that name. We searched birth records. Nothing. School records. Nothing. Medical records. Nothing. It was as if the child had never existed. Then things became even stranger. Rachel had actually died 6 years after the court case. Yet somehow, the child support payments continued for another 12 years. Someone had been collecting the money. But who? The investigator followed the bank records through old court documents. Eventually, every payment led to the same person. Rachel's attorney. The lawyer had quietly redirected the money into an account he controlled after Rachel's death. No court had ever been notified. No one checked. For 12 years, he stole every single payment my father made. I couldn't believe it. Dad had worked overtime, skipped vacations, drove the same old truck for nearly 20 years. All because he believed he was supporting a son who needed him. In reality, he had been funding a scam. I took everything to the police. The investigation lasted nearly a year. During the trial, more victims came forward. It turned out my father's case wasn't the only one. The attorney had manipulated court records in multiple child support cases. Some families lost tens of thousands of dollars. The jury found him guilty on every count. Fraud. Forgery. Embezzlement. He was sentenced to prison. Months later, I received the final reimbursement check from the court. It wasn't enough to replace everything my dad had lost. Not even close. Instead of keeping the money, I started a scholarship in my father's name for students studying law and ethics. I wanted at least one good thing to come from what happened. Last Father's Day, I visited his grave. I brought 2 gifts. One for him. And one for the son he spent 18 years waiting to meet. I left the second gift beside his headstone. Not because I still believed that child existed, but because my dad never stopped believing. As I walked away, I whispered, "You spent your whole life waiting for a son who never existed, but the world will always remember the incredible father you truly were."